What's good with y'all? What's good? What's good? What's good with y'all? What's good? What's good? We tuning in for another video. Today, we getting the car ready for nitrous. We getting the car ready for nitrous. Last week I wrapped up the fuel system. If y'all see, I put y'all a different vlog together. I shot it all in first person view. So y'all can see the work being done. Cause it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier, and you can see better. So we finally got the fuel system done after weeks, and just weeks because of me having to go out, do things, stop, just other obligations. So it took that long. Back and forth to Summit. I probably went within 2 weeks. Probably went to Summit like 5 or 6 times, no lie. Within 2 weeks. But ultimately, we got it situated, got a hold of some bad fittings. Summit Racing, I guess they got a bad batch of AN fittings. So I really ended up losing money because putting ends on, and remember, I thinking it's the regulator that was leaking the whole time. It's really the Summit fittings. I could have kept the old air motor regulator, but I ended up spending a little more money getting a different one that uses O-ring AN fittings, because you don't need any tape or glue or anything for those. So they're a lot cleaner too. Then I found that it was still leaking. So turns out it was the Summit fittings, the AN fittings, the 90s, the Dash 6 90s were leaking, and the Dash 8 straight fittings were leaking. The rest of them was cool, but those, they were leaking. So I had to get those Earl's conical seals, which you can put on your AN lines and stop them from leaking. So, you know, that's where we was at with that. Then, me and wifey got the nitrous flow. I flowed the nitrous, set the fuel pressure for it, which I showed all that in the vlog with the NX flow gauge right here, the handy dandy flow gauge. I assembled that and flowed the nitrous, which I'm probably gonna do again today, because the plan is to test the nitrous. Because I don't know I'm gonna be able to get to the track today, so we might go to Mexico, do a 100-foot pull. That is about empty, depending on how much I got. It's a little something in this one, so if I do, they're gonna be the winner. It's a little bit, it's enough for what I wanna do. This one right here about done. And I need to run to the parts store, because what I'm finna do now is set the car up for nitrous. So that means we gotta change spark plugs. We gotta put the cold plugs in. So I'm gonna do that. And then we have to put the radials back on. So we gotta put the radials back on and change the plug, because I won't be driving it no time soon. Next time I pull it out and be going to the track testing on nitrous. So I ain't gonna have the urge to drive it. I drove it yesterday anyway. I drove it yesterday a lot, cause I had like a little bit over half a tank of pump gas left in it. And even though I got a standalone nitrous system, I still like to put race fuel in the primary gas tank. So I got 5 gallons of 112, and then I got the Renegade Pro nitrous fuel for the 1 gallon. So I want to run that out, which I did. I ran it out yesterday. Me and wifey did some riding and got it down to a little under well, in between the quarter tank and empty. So I can drain the rest of that and catch it in the gas can, and that's what I'm gonna do. Then I'm gonna put the 112 in the primary, and then we'll wait till it get a little later and take this thing out and see what it does. So I need to go to the parts store because I need 4 more additional cold plugs that I run, because when I get to Mexico, I'm gonna take one of them out. I'm gonna take probably like number 1 plug out and put it in fresh so I can get a good reading on it. Then I'm gonna shut it down and see where it's at, because I think I'm gonna have to make some adjustments on the fuel pressure. I got it extremely safe right now on the tune for the flowing fuel pressure for the nitrous. So I want to see where it's at, and then I'm gonna dial it back a little bit at a time. You can adjust by the nitrojet too, but I got it's a big spread on here, and it's a big old jet on this joke. So, you know, but yeah, let's get the plugs in, and then we'll make it. I forgot to also tell y'all too, man, I be working. I be working, man. I just get out here and do stuff, don't say nothing. But I got the new oil pressure gauge installed. Way better, way better. Changed the fitting in the back of the block so it'll take the AN line way, way better. But it's so big, I need another. I gotta get the part for it. So I'm gonna take this down. We're gonna put the oil pressure gauge in a separate part and just go to a 2-part setup for the volts and the water. And yeah, that'll be that. I gotta find out what's killing this battery. I'm gonna take it to Lawless, cause I don't know where to begin to look. But something killing the battery. Something has a constant draw on this. It's killing the battery. I charged the battery yesterday because I did a decent amount of riding. But y'all know I don't have an AGM charger, so when the battery dies, I charge it enough to where it'll crank, but it's not a full charge with my battery, because my battery charger won't charge it full. So if I get a half a charge, just enough to crank it up, and then I let this car sit for 7 days, it's gonna be dead. Probably in 3 days when it ain't a full charge. So something draining it. Lights aren't staying on. There's no accessory on, so I have no clue. I really don't. But I'm gonna figure it out, because I'm tired of doing that. And it ain't the battery, it's nothing of that nature. It's gonna do it no matter what battery in here. So it means something is pulling on the battery constantly. But let me get this hood off, let me get these plug chain, and then I'm gonna have to. All right, BCG fam, show y'all this plug, man. That tune is not bad at all, man. I'm proud of myself. This cylinder number 7. This is pump gas, 93 octane. I said, show y'all, there you go. Good and safe. Could use some more time, but I don't get greedy. I do not get greedy. I can probably use 1 more degree of timing, but I'm satisfied with that. And you know, you got idle time on and stuff too, so. But let's move on. BCG fam, quick check-in, man. I gotta tell y'all, boy, I'm rough, man. I'm rough. So, mind you, all the spark plug looking good. I showed y'all the tune on it. Now, number 3 is my hottest cylinder. I pull out number 3, it got oil on the plug. It got a little oil on the plug, and the plug is jet black, the porcelain, which means the fuel ain't getting burnt. How about the wire was just sitting up there? It wasn't even clipped on, so it ain't been burning. And you'll probably say, Jay, why oil on the plug? Well, ring gap, you're gonna have some blow by. And that's what you gotta do when you building a nitrous engine or any forced induction engine. And that, depending on the level of boost, level of nitrous you're gonna be running, it's gonna determine how wide the ring gap need to be. So with a nitrous engine, I mean, when you running NA, you driving around, it got that excessive ring gap. So, you know, you're gonna get there, just to give and a take. You might see a little bit, a little blow by, but now when you don't have no fire to the cylinder, I mean, that's what you see. So I pulled I pulled plug number 8 out. I said a little bit on that too, just a tiny bit. I said, what in the world? Just a tiny bit, but I mean, it still was a little burn. I mean, the porcelain looked decent, but you can see half of the porcelain where it's black, like it's not fully burning, which it wasn't. So man, I said, I know it clipped on down there. Y'all, I come up here when it clip. I pressed down on the wire, I said, click. I said, boy, and I done went to the track like that. I was like, man, I want to know what the car run now. So I said, I had to share that with y'all, man. It's something funny. It's something funny. Watch the car, it's gonna sound different too. But let me finna get in these plugs, man. I had to tell y'all why that's on my right at BCG fam. We got the, I put the top, let me tuck my gloves on. We got the spark plugs changed. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pop the radials on. We're gonna pop the radials on. I gotta run to the parts store after that, cause I need some carburetor kits and some more stuff. I'm trying to get this on without making my hand messy, and I'm still glory. But anyway, I gotta run the parts store, cause I have, let me wipe my hands, man. I can't even grab the camera right now. Cause I have some carburetors to do. I got an Edelbrock. I got an Edelbrock in the cleaner, Edelbrock 750 that I'm gonna have for sale. I'm gonna build it tonight. I took it apart last night. I'm gonna build it tonight. I have a 750, 700, I can't remember. I got a Highland I'm gonna do. It's a 700 or 750 I'm gonna do. It's gonna be for sale. Then I got a customer's card that just came in for a rebuild. I'm gonna have to build and ship back out. And I got another customer's card that's supposed to be arriving too, probably this week. So what I'm gonna do, cause the last thing we gotta do for this is to put the tires on, the last extensive thing. Then I'm going to flow the nitrous once more, just to double check. Always double check. And you know, I think after that, we'll be ready. Put the fuel in the tank, then we'll be ready. But for now, we're finna crank this thing up. I'm gonna let it run for a little bit, and then we're gonna check back in. Alrighty, BCG fam, so we got it. We got the plugs in. Everything checked over. I got the radials on. We just swapped that over. So now I'm about to put the hood back on and clean this carburetor I got. And then that's the only one I can clean anyway, because I need some more carburetor cleaner. I agitate mine for hours, and then I still go with the spray can too. So I'm out. I'm gonna have to go get some more. I probably got enough just to clean this Edelbrock. And what else? I said I'm gonna pick up 4 spark plugs, 4 more cold plugs. So when we get to Mexico, I'm gonna do like a 330 pull and cut it off, and then see where the tune at. Do like a little 330 pull, and I'm not gonna run it on max power. Of course, nowhere near. Probably like 50%, probably just cutting in half. See where it's at. And that's the plan. So I'm gonna go to clean this, let it dry, then I gotta go to the parts store. I probably need to take a lunch break, because I haven't ate all day. I haven't ate nothing. Then come back out, flow the nitrous once more, and I can show y'all. Well, I showed y'all. It's on the vlog. I forgot if you watched it. But I'm gonna flow the nitrous one more time. It's always good to double check. And that's literally the last step, man. Flow the nitrous one more time and pour the fuel in. Then we go test. Put the bottle in, get the pressure up, and then, hey, full send. But yeah, that's it. Oh, let me tell y'all, man, the car crank up so much better, so much easier. I should have knew something was going on, cause I'm telling you, number three plug had oil on it, because like I said, it wasn't connected at all. And number 8 had a little bit hint of oil, but the porcelain was like tan too, like it was trying to burn, but then it wouldn't catch it sometime. And reason being, the wire wasn't fully snapped on the distributor cap. It wasn't fully clipped on, so it probably was arcing and catching it sometime, then sometimes it wouldn't. But I pressed it down and arced, and that's why I had oil on it. Now, you have experts might try to come in and say, you're supposed to have oil. It's different. If you built a high-level engine before, you would know what I mean. Just as this car back here, Dolo, they had oil on the plug plenty of times because that car been running for years. It's been plenty of times I done forgot to clip the wire on, and I ride. I'm like, man, that joker running funny. Why don't be clipped on? You pull the plug, it gonna have a little hint of oil because these cars got a load of nitrous on them. I'm just gonna be honest. They both, that one too, they got a load of nitrous on it. So you gotta give it ring out, and that car doesn't even have a vacuum pump on it. It doesn't mean it's a problem. If you don't have a spark plug wire clip and it's not burning at all, you're gonna see some oil. You're gonna see some oil on the plug with a wide ring gap. If you don't have a wide ring gap, you won't see any. You'll see fuel. You're gonna see fuel. The plug will be wet because it's not igniting the fuel. Now, if you got a wide ring gap, you're gonna see a little oil and you're gonna see fuel. And it's just gonna kill that plug because it's not burning, it's not igniting anything. So that's what's going on. I have a bore scope. Everything cool. For anybody with panic, everything cool. I got a bore scope. I already looked in both cylinders. I like to check the engines out anyway. Everything is cool. All the cylinders are completely hot. All the plugs look great. The rest of them, I mean, they burning good. The tune I put on this carburetor is on point. And that's pump gas tune. It's a 93. So all the plugs look amazing. They look amazing, all of them, except them two, which didn't have the wires clipped on. But which was cylinder 8 and cylinder 3. Cylinder 8 extremely hot. Both of them, all of them hot. So now I'm wondering. I'm like, I probably took the car to the track and ran it that way, because that's the last time I put plugs in the car. Well, no, I didn't change the plug, so ain't no telling how long I've been riding around like that. But you can tell it been a minute. You could definitely tell it been a minute by the plug. They ain't been burning. But so now I'm wondering, like, what will the car really run? Cause it was down one cylinder and 1.5 cylinder. And it explained too, when me and wifey drove the car yesterday, I was like, man, the car running. The wideband reading rich at part throttle. Hummingbird. I said the wideband reading rich at part throttle all of a sudden. Well, it ain't all of a sudden. I ain't drove it. I hadn't drove it. And I got to where I wasn't even looking at the wideband. Even the last time I drove it before yesterday, I don't even look at the wideband because I was like, the tune is on point. But then I remember telling wife, I said, this car needs some plugs because it was poop, poop, poop. And the last time I took it out before yesterday, it was doing that a little bit. And I said, I just need some plugs. Whole time, cylinder 3 ain't on, the wire just loop. And the plug, I didn't tighten the plug in good enough, and this car vibrates a lot, so the plug was slightly loose. So that's why it wasn't firing at all, man. It wasn't doing nothing. Doing nothing. So now I wonder what the car really do on motor. Like, what will it really do on motor? But we're gonna get a redo, trust me. But that's why it crank up better. It just hit of the key, it catch, cause it all cylinders at 9 now. But it's just some quick lesson, man. If you got a car running a lot of boost, or I mean in the form of supercharger, all of this forced induction nitrous too. But if you running any forced induction and the higher horsepower or the higher amount of forced induction you run, you're gonna need a wider ring gap to seal the ring, because you want it when that increased cylinder pressure happen. You don't want them rings to pinch and fold up and they're gonna bust your piston. So that's why you have a wider ring gap. Now with boosted cars, turbo and supercharged, when you run a wider ring gap, man, that'll get your tongue tied. Wider ring gap, then it's gonna be what it be all the time because it's on boost all the time. you know, it's on boost. You might get a little blow by, which is why they still run a catch can. Let's say if you got your rings gap for 25 or 30 pounds of boost max, that's what it's gonna be. But if you riding around on 15, you're gonna get some blow by. You riding around on 10, keeping it turned down, you're gonna get some blow by. That's what a catch can for, and you still can get some blow by. And that's just the belly of the beast with a high horsepower car. With nitrous, you're not using nitrous, so when you riding around NA, you riding around with like full max ring gap all the time. So it's gonna happen. It can happen like that. Don't mean nothing wrong with your engine. There's just some lesson. If somebody gets to that point where you're running like a big load of nitrous. Now, if you're running 150 shot or something like that, you ain't got to worry about it. You can run that on a stock gap if you know how to tune. You can run that on a stock gap. But quick little lesson, cause I always try to teach people something. But now I'm finna pop the hood back on, clean the carburetor, then we're gonna get to the parts though. So y'all stay locked. BCG fam, so back from the parts though, and I messed around. I went all the way to the parts though, got there thinking. I'm like, something else I supposed to be getting. Something else I supposed to be getting. And it was the spark plugs. It was the 2 extra spark plugs. And I sit up here and got sidetracked and didn't give up. I said, man. So I won't be testing no nitrous tonight. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to put the hood back on, and I really need to fix this fitting, man. For my nitrous pressure gauge, I need to, where is it? It was leaking. Cause this for the bottom one. I think it was leaking right there. See the right there. I can't remember where it was leaking from. But I need to get this fit. Cause the line screw right there, then that screw on the bottom. But I ain't never fixed it. I remember we tried it at the track and it was leaking. It was a nitrous leak, but it gotta be from right there. Or it could be right there, I don't know. It just ain't sealed good, so we can use that bottom one. But I'm about to put that hood back on and go ahead and get the remainder of the pump gas out. Get the remainder of the pump gas out of here. Let's see how much it is, y'all. It ain't that much. So we're gonna use the shake hose and get that out. And ain't nothing else going on tonight because I don't have the 2 spark plugs. I was gonna flow the nitrous, but there's no need in me going ahead and flow the nitrous. And I'm not finna go make a shakedown. So we're gonna do that tomorrow evening. We'll flow the nitrous one more time right before we get ready to make the hit. Put the fuel in the fuel cell and all that. Be ready to roll. So y'all tune in and stay locked in, and we're gonna carry on to the next day. All right, BCG fam, we checking back in, so it's the next day. A busy day at that. I got a lot going on, so I got a customer's card. I just finished cleaning. I gotta put it together today. I plan on running it up today so I can get it shipped back to him, and just got it in my hand yesterday. I tried to do 1 day turnaround. I got a Highly 750 I'm gonna have for sale I gotta do, which is being cleaned now in the cleaner. I broke down 2 carburetors last night and built 1. So I've been rolling, which is this one. I built this Edelbrock 750, which is also on the market for sale. I got it on the car about to get ready to run it because I want to get him clean first. Then I got to read the Bible with somebody and go over some Bible study with somebody in about an hour. So I got to do that. Then I got to we got to run to the parts though to get them 2 spark plugs for meats. I look like I'm gonna be testing tonight because I have the Bible reading conference call tonight as well too. If any of y'all ever want to join in on that, I do it on Mondays and Wednesdays from 7, and we usually run about 8:20, somewhere up in there, depending on how the spirit, I ain't gonna say how well, depending on how the spirit be moving. So I put the information on the screen right now. If you want to call in, that's the number to call in to. And the PIN code you have to enter Monday and Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, every single week. I do this call. So I got that to do. So now what we about to do is run this Edelbrock carburetor. Cause like I said, just get the video. Then I'm gonna take the liner, disconnect the fuel line from the carburetor on Meach, pump all the fuel out, pour the 112 in there, and put a gallon of the Pro Nitrous race fuel in it, get it all ready. And all I have to do is flow the nitrous on that car, and it'll be ready to roll. So, task right now, run the Edelbrock, take it out the car. I'm gonna take that in there, get ready to build it so I can bring it back out. And in between me getting ready, in between going to the store and getting ready for the call, I'm gonna try to have that done, that customer's card, and the 750 that I got to do. I'm gonna I just build it tonight because I can do it at my own pace. So that's what we're about to do. All right, the BCG fam. I just got finished running the Edelbrock, ran like a charm. Got it off the car right here. Ooh. I just got finished running all the gas out of Meach. I just took it loose from the carburetor, held a gas can, and pumped it out. And I was surprised how much was left in it. Glad I did do that. That joke had 7 gallons of gas in it still. It filled up an entire 5-gallon gas jug, and then I had to get one of my old racing gas cans and still held about 2 gallons, or it might have been 1.5. So, but it had about 6 gallons in it at least. Now I'm finna get this in here. Then run in the house, cause I gotta get ready for this call. And then when we get ready to flow the nitro one more time, right before we check, I'm gonna pour the other fuel in. So y'all stay tuned. All right, BCG fam, today is the day. So got the bottle in. We're gonna take the plugs. Bottle already done cooled off some. So we're gonna take the pressure and get out there. I gotta take the plugs out anyway, 2 of the plugs. And then we're gonna see what it do. But y'all stay tuned. TNT is complete. We got our spark plug. Me and wife just got it done. We popped the bottle out the car and see what it do. All right, BCG fam, y'all see. Just purged it clean. I'm getting the bottle out the car. I ran the pressure a little higher than what I wanted, but you know, we just had to make it do what it do. And I only put 1 plug in instead of 2. I was like, man, I got a wide band. If the plug matched the wide band, then everything would be cool. But really, it's good to pull all 8 plugs. But you know, I got idle time on them, so that ain't gonna do no good. Cause I ain't gonna wife it back there scared, y'all. She kicking boards and stuff. She told me I seen something. I said, you ain't seen nothing. But yeah, we got it done. Let me get this out and I'm gonna check the plug. Hey, BCG fam, so this is the plug. This is it got dirt in it when I put it in the pack. But this is cylinder 2. And it's very safe, as you can see. Trying to see, can I see down there? It's very safe, as you can see. Got a little discolor. I have to cut the threads off of it. I have to cut the plug open, which I'm gonna do. I'll probably take it in and adjust it tomorrow, let him cut it open. So I ain't got no cutting wheel or nothing. But as far as the timing, you can see the timing. Oh, it's super safe. It's super safe, cause there go the mark right there. But there go the line right there, y'all can really see. But keep in mind, I didn't run that car on nowhere near full power either. I mean, it's a lot left. I'm not finna throw that. I wasn't finna throw it at it, not in we in Mexico. I wasn't finna do that. But this is expected. So I'm happy with this because when I get the full mojo, the time to run down, so cause it'll offset the fuel. So basically it had too much fuel for the tune that I had, which is expected. So it'll kind of balance it out and it'll run that down some. But overall, it looked good. But we're gonna close the shop up, then I'm gonna finish checking in with y'all. BCG fam. It's another day. Like I said, man, I think I showed y'all the plug. Got a clip of it. Yeah, I did. But just to summarize testing, I was out here just messing around. I ain't really had nothing to do. I got to go get in the office and edit because I will be at Shady Side. Me and wife will be at Shady Side Dragway tomorrow at my buddy Buck Floyd race, aka Boxzilla. Him and Boost Doctor going at it, but I done missed 2 years on my buddy race. Just not able to make it. I went from made it every year that I missed 2 years, so he really been wanting me there. He like, Jay, I need you. And I was like, man, if my schedule permit, I'm gonna come, man. So the schedule permits, so we'll be there. So we're gonna go to Shady Side Dragway. And crazy, I haven't been to the track. I think I've been to the track when I counted 7 times this whole year. This gonna make 8, cause all I do, man, my life centered around the Lord and doing the Lord's work. Seriously. You on my Facebook, you see that. But I spend a lot of time with the Lord. I read with people. Y'all don't even know. And I don't share this stuff, what I'm doing, because I don't do it for accolades. I don't do it to be honored. I don't do it to be praised. I don't do it for followers, for none of that stuff. But I do one-on-one Bible studies with a few people. I read every day with people. I've been reading for 2 years straight, never stopped. Ever since I read that Bible from front to back and got baptized with the Holy Spirit. And I done went through some supernatural stuff, which I don't know if I may share on here, I don't know. But I just say, man, it's real life. It's absolute real life. It should be taken seriously. So it's that's just what it is. That's why I ain't been to the track. I ain't been to the track. I mean, I don't really care about money. I don't really care about none of these cars in here. I don't value. They're not my masters. You can't serve 2 masters. That's why I'm getting rid of 2 of them. But I enjoy seeing people go to Christ. I enjoy seeing people surrender to Jesus, because I know that's who we need to fight. Because we wrestle not against flesh nor blood, but against principalities and spirits. So, which the whole world, that's what it is. But, so the nitrous testing, it went great. It went great, man. Meat, that thing is a lot. I probably, if I had to guess, I probably ran the car on about 1,000 horsepower last night. Or maybe a little over, if I had to guess. And especially judging what it felt like. But I didn't run the nitrous full tilt, of course. I ran it on like 60%. just enough. I stayed on it just enough to, as y'all see in the clip, I got on it and got off and got back on it because it, of course, naturally went to spinning. It went to spinning. It wasn't finna hold it, but I ran it on 60% total, like total, just 6% of the power. I wasn't finna go no full 100, and it wouldn't even hold 60%. It wouldn't have held 30%, but I needed it high enough to get somewhat of a reading. And like I said, it ain't gonna be a true reading because it ain't on the full thing, and it's tuned for the full load. So you got to keep that into consideration. But I mean, that joke feel good. It feel good, and the next time we take it out, we're gonna be going to track, so I won't be driving it. I know I'm gonna have to charge the battery up. So like the week I know we're going to the track, I'll take it out and take it and have it fully charged, take it to the parts store so they can fully charge it. So won't have any hiccups. I need full power. I already ran it in on motor and then with down 2 cylinders. But you know. But what I am happy about, I'm like pretty positive it's gonna go down the track on nitrous. I can tell from yesterday. I'm pretty positive it ain't gonna be like too violent. So I made the right choice by knocking some gear out of it. So basically what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure it's gonna make clean hits on nitrous now. But when we run it, we're gonna run it on half of the power. I ain't gonna run it on full power yet. And see what it do, then we'll creep up on it. See what the tune looking like, all of that. But other than that, man, I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all later. BCG, we out.